Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And the Colts getting ready to take over for the first time. And you get a look at their 6-year quarterback in his first season wearing the horseshoe. It's Carson Wentz.
And Carson Wentz made the move from Philadelphia to Indianapolis back in mid-February. And although his last season as an Eagle, not one that he wants to remember, he's now reunited with his former offensive coordinator and current Colts head coach Frank Reich, and gets to play behind one of the best offensive lines in football. A great place to resurrect his career.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. We've got an injury, and that's to the wide receiver, T.Y. Hilton, who is yet to get up. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Back to Taylor on 1st down. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Mickens deep for Tampa Bay. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And we get a peek at Tom Brady as he brings out this Tampa Bay offense. And Tom Brady in his 22nd season overall and his second in Tampa Bay.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Brady. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A handoff to Fournette. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. On the screen, Bernard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Throwing on first down is Brady. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, it's a question that's been asked over and over and over, but CD, I'll pose it to you anyway. What do you have to do defensively to stop Tom Brady?
It's one of the great questions in the NFL, and there are a ton of defensive coaches who are retired at this point because they tried to stop Tom Brady and couldn't get it done. You've got to have excellent defenders, guys who can stick to their men like glue, because he's so good at finding those open receivers and then putting the ball into tight windows and completing passes downfield.
Second down at 4. Now Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On third down, Fournette. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's a 33. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Oh, look at the juke. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Carson Wentz had Zach Ertz and later Dallas Goedert during his time in Philadelphia as excellent tight ends. But I think he'll grow to like Jack Doyle as well with the Colts. That connection there gives him a first down.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
To return is Jadon Mickens. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
And there's a familiar sight. Rob Gronkowski making a catch for a first down. And remember, Gronk said he was done in 2019, was out of football after retiring from the Patriots. But Brady asked if he'd run it back with him in Tampa, and he answered the call. Gronk earned his 4th ring with the win in Super Bowl 55, a game in which he scored 2 touchdowns.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Brady now on first down. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I like the thought process, I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline and they don't get the yards after the catch.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Shotgun now for Brady. They'll drop this off for Bernard. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And Chris Godwin, one of those great unselfish players. Remember, he gave up his uniform number to Tom Brady when he got to town. He's kind of known as the 1B to Mike Evans 1A in this Tampa Bay pecking order among receivers. He makes a nice.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is now 10-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Succop for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indy set to go on offense once more. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing now is Wentz. There's the stiff arm. And shedding through the tackle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. He's played a pretty clean 1st half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Brady going to throw. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Brady. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. The toss here completed to Pittman. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Wentz now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hines. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Working from the gun. Wentz. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Again, it's Wentz. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Blankenship's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, I can see he's looked pretty good to this point. Oh, he bowls over it. First down, Tampa's Brady hooks up with Howard. And now they're in the hurry-up. On first down, Brady. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Brady now to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep for the Colts, Nyheim Hines. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well. as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The return is Mickens. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Fournette once more on second down, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Working with a 2nd and 3. From midfield, here's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Evans. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead now up to 14. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Throwing is Wentz. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Taylor. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the night. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
The return is Mickens. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Brady now on first down. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Quick slant to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Tyquan Lewis makes a stop.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And that's a good catch there for a first down by Antonio Brown. And in his career, at one point, he had 6 straight seasons over 100 catches. Not putting up those types of numbers now, but continues to be a favorite of Tom Brady, who recruited him originally to New England and most recently to Tampa.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here's Brady to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That's tough there. Starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
And I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this third quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Jadon Mickens now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady. He completes it to Evans. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's a give to Fournette. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Again, it's Fournette. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing on first is Wentz. Steps away to his left. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
And Blake, the tight end's got it. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
61 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Here's Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on second down. Brady over the middle here to Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Now Brady rifles one complete into the hands of Gronkowski. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on second and goal. Throwing now is Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with his second touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead now up to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me
nowhere to go here. He lost
lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession. Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Wentz to throw again. And his pass incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Wentz to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Wentz going to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Now Wentz, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say put the game. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. They'll check this one down to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Wentz. Complete to Hilton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop.